So good afternoon. I'm very sure you have followed the proceedings in the walls of the Supreme Court from morning till afternoon. We are of the view that it's been a good day in court and that today the big word is exposed. Exposed. You'll notice that counsel on our side spent a lot of time exposing the inconsistencies and sometimes even outright falsehoods that have been put out by the petitioner and the witness who was in the witness box today. So when you juxtapose the earlier claims of we won now to what they are saying in the witness box about they don't know who won, when you juxtapose that to some of the tapes we played about claims of 51% on their side, now to claims that they did not even bring numbers to court, if you juxtapose that between their petition that talks about vote padding of a certain number and now a claim that it's only samples of that number, one of the first things that counsel on our side sought to do today was to expose the inconsistencies and sometimes outright falsehoods that have been peddled by the petitioner and the witness who was in the witness box today. Our counsel also spent a lot of time exposing the bad faith and prejudice with which the petitioner and his team have approached the work of the Electoral Commission and the chair of the Electoral Commission, ab initio. And that's why you saw them take time to set out right from her appointment, from registration, etc. And the belief on our side that this is just a culmination of the various attempts to undermine an otherwise very good job that has been done. Also exposed through very vigorous cross-examination is a claim that was being made that nobody actually won this election. And that's why you saw the Venerable Akoto Ampao over and over again now raise the numbers and ask the witness to do the computation. And if you fry it, you bake it, you turn it upside down, you cook it, it is still 51% plus for the second respondent and about 47% for the petitioner. And you saw him do the maths and admit himself in the witness box when he was under oath. What we also found interesting were the attempts to shield the witness by his counsel to an extent that even materials that they had tendered in, there was an attempt to ensure that he was not questioned on it, even at re-examination, attempt to adduce fresh evidence. But I think you saw how the court handled it. The very final exposure we saw today, an exposure on the lack of candor. You heard the three questions that the bench asked. That for all that you have said, when you finished your collation, what were your results? When you finished your collation, what were the results that the petitioner got? When you finished your collation, what were the results that the second respondent got? And it was, I believe it will be very surprising to the millions of NDC supporters across the country who were egged on by this same team that they had numbers to prove they had won. Now here in court, when the bench asked those questions, they say that they did not come to court with any of those numbers. They are not still able to put any numbers before the court, despite all that they had said. So for us, in summary, we're of the view that it's been a good day in court. You saw the lack of candor when on the soft copy on the pen drive, they had made notes that they observed what they call padding, both for the MPP and the NDC. Yet they had claimed that there was a deliberate attempt to steal this election for the MPP. And now in their witness statements, they sought to delete those ones out. And then when it was put to our very good friend, the general, he now said he was not responsible for the pen drive, etc. So that exposure of the lack of candor is also one of the things that our counsel sought to do. In conclusion for us today, our view is that if your case is bad, even the most skillful general will be exposed at cross-examination. And that's what we believe has happened today. If you have questions, we'll take them now and then we'll wrap up.
All right, so
exhibit through the petitioner's witness, they were opposed to it. Why did you want to do that when you had not asked the leave of the court first?
Well, so that will be a technical legal matter. The substance of it, however, is that what we wanted to show was still in the video that had been submitted. And so you saw our counsel find an opportunity to now cause the witness to do that calculation and express it as a percentage. And no matter how you do it, it still comes back to that same point. The second respondent 51% plus, and the petitioner about 47%. Any other questions? Well, we thank you. We'll do a quick translation in Twi, and we look forward to tomorrow's engagement in court.
Abusafo enasem ye tiawa ene eka ho a edanso a court trans na no fiada ena general mosquito ye de no etina adakam ene se wo hwe ensem a ekoso a na se yapa no hontuma ye papa sanse ensem a ene video a ye boye eno ka ho bi na no fiada court ji bre se ne ne abo wo hwe video ene ye bo dem ho na wo hwe NDC mpanifo nyina ye ka se omakeka omuniema nyina bom pink sheet ekra omo omaye ni nyina no omo ye no eye former president Mahama watwam eye 50% plus 1 a wa wini tienche bia no ye be declare no as president and the court apa omo hontuma sanse ensem omo kan ni nyina no enye ho asem e na omo de ba court ebiem ade ba ko na ehu hia ye pa ne kwan ya fa so a ye di fin egu eye Jane Mensa ho keka ensem bebre wa abonten e de fa ne ho nanso enne ye ba court sansem ni nya ye sa busa omo se e kamya kwakwa ye se eye Jane Mensa anamonisa no ne no kra wo hwe eye opania se dun ketia so mo kan a or say they are not in court to challenge the validity of the elections. There's only court. Say yeah, about 38,622 polling stations. No, almost assembly account there be. They almost say emra a share Jane Mensa so on the Jumano. Almost news say Jane Mensa yes Jumana. So for them, they are in court only to challenge the constitutional duty imposed on Jane Mensa. And a sapom huntuma ebiem. Almost for case be wrong aggregation of votes. Any vote pardon. Oshe omo petition one omo can say 5,662. Eba court krata omo deba tu animu ayo penye so linketia o se 4,693. Eno kwa no hwa entobia sa kopie mu ho ye hu ne ye ka ye de tipim ha ye de tia kopim ha. Na ne asem ne tofa nyina no ene opani justice ya wapo. Ensemfu a ode pempem eye opani so linketia. Obusa ne nsem 9. Ne di kan o se wa dance di a wo de aba court no wo se unuma de kro na hwan na de saa ensem no gu saa eye pen drive abefo ene pen drive yi eso wantimi anka o se ne nkofo bi na de gu so no kwa wanya ho anhwe ebra ama no ne ade na no afunfun wo ho ne to so mienu a opani justice ya wapa obusa o se okay na wa wo ye coalition because mbeka ya eye mfidie so omo so makeka omo manyina bom Mwansum boom kontano. Omode yes, omode openi joma ama kojina so makekon bibia bom. Na okay, mwa boom kontano so no. Say na munya ye say eye total valid vote cast. Openi esedun ketia say no so a onim. Ne to so miensa o say okay. Ane mwa musumu dia musa ye no. Ane say wo hwe eye petitioner eye omampani dada Mahama. Eno so e ma say na mwanso no independently mu collect ye no. Yeah, and also no bobo.